All right, it is time for another edition of the End of Day Report with yours truly, Dex the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous PulseWave price trigger reports that we place in your hand each and every trading day. All right, so without any further ado, today is our special Take Back Friday edition, where we take a look at the intraday price inflection points needed for tomorrow's close. Keep in mind that when we're talking about cryptos, Friday for cryptos starts Thursday night and extends until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard New York time Sunday night. All right. That is a Friday for crypto markets. You don't have to like it, understand it, or even believe it, but that is the way the markets are set up and that's how they operate. So without any further ado, let's share the screen and get right into it and make this one quick. All right. Let's see. The first one we have here on our list is coming directly from the trading room, and this has been added to the PulseWave reports. Okay. This is the Czech Corona. Is that how you say it? Corona. The ticker is USD / C as in Charlie, Z as in zebra, K as in king. All right, this is on the forex side of the pond. All right, so if you take a look at what is happening in this one, we have this crash alert here, and we've been getting consistent downside production, and we're getting close to that trend line support, which is the initial target for this trade. If that is reached, then the next target is the bottom of the Kumo cloud. So right now there's a bearish bias in this particular forex pair, and we have a bearish weekly trend momentum reading starting to come up here. So where does that leave us? Well, we're going to need to see a close above 23.0900 in order to put in a short-term bottom. Otherwise, we remain bearish going into next week. All right. Next one we got here on the map is the Russell Futures, Russell My Hustle. So we have a secondary rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. Top of the Kumo cloud is the initial target for the move. That should put us around the 1550 mark. And we have a bullish weekly trend momentum reading. As long as the Russell can close above 1499.5 tomorrow, it remains in the bullish camp. And right now, the trade bias is still to the long side, as you can see here from the rally alert. Next on the map, we got Bitcoin. That's right, we got Bitcoin. So right now, the trade is to the sell side of the market right now. Here's the crash alert. Here's that downside production. Bearish weekly trend momentum reading. Bitcoin would need a close above 10,726.91 in order to put in a short-term bottom. As long as this market closes below that, then we're going to stay bearish going into next week in Bitcoin. How about the Bitcoin Futures Composite Index? Well, on this one, the trade is still to the sell side as well. We got a crash alert here. We've been getting downside production. This one needs to close above 10,763.64 in order to put in a short-term bottom and open up a bullish window for next week. And so it's going to take some doing in order to do that. Next, we got this is a recommendation. This is a Bed Bath & Beyond. The ticker is BBBY. All right, if you take a look here, you'll see that the trade is to the long side of the market. We have a rally alert. We've been getting upside production from this rally alert. As long as the market can close tomorrow above $14.43, this one remains in the bullish camp going into next week as well. The next one here is a recommendation, GBTC. All right, so as you can see here, the trade is to the sell side of the market. Here's your crash alert here, and here's the downside production, and we created a bearish pointer today. All right, so this would need to close above $10.94 in order to put in a short-term bottom. All right, that's where it's going to need to close above tomorrow. Failure to do that opens the door for more selling into next week. Well, what about Ethereum? Well, if you look at the crypto Ethereum, again, the trade is to the sell side. Here's the crash alert. Here's the wee little bitty downside production. This one needs to close above $355.68 in order to put in a short-term bottom and open the door for a rally for next week. And it's possible because of the bullish weekly trend momentum reading. So we'll see about that one. All right, next, sticking with the crypto side, we got Litecoin. All right, so on Litecoin, the trade is to the long side of the market. Here's your rally alert here, and here's your upside production. The overhead trend line resistance around the $50 mark is the initial target. The next target will be the bottom of the Kumo cloud, and then the next one after that will be the top of the Kumo cloud. This one needs to just remain a close above $46.10 in order to maintain a bullish bias going into next week. Looking at gold futures. All right, so with gold futures, the trade is still to the long side of the market. The trend line target has been reached. Now we're gunning for the top of the Kumo cloud, bullish weekly trend momentum reading. Gold just needs a close above 1894.50 in order to remain bullish going into next week. Taking a look at the mighty Nasdaq 100. Looking at these tech stocks on this futures contract, the trade is to the long side of the market. Got a bullish bias, got a bullish weekly trend momentum reading. All that's needed is tomorrow a close above 11,315.75, and you keep that bullish bias in the market going into next week with the bullish trend momentum reading. All right, taking a look at oil. I did warn you about that oil. All right, so you see the trade is still to the sell side of the market. Here's your crash alert here. Now we have a secondary crash alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. We're already below the trend line resistance overhead. Already hit the bottom of the Kumo cloud. This one now has the potential to fall off the cliff, as I've been warning you about. A close tomorrow above $39.52 would put in a short-term bottom and open the door for a rally for next week. But a close below that would actually be signaling a massive sell-off starting next week. All right. So that's your crude oil futures. What about silver? All right. So as far as silver is concerned, we've been flip-flopping all over the place. So we started back here with this bearish bias. Here's a crash alert. All right. All the rallies being sold, all this downside production. Then we flip-flop, put in a short-term bottom, got a rally alert, got some nice upside production. Then we got a crash alert, no production. Then today we flip-flop. Now we're looking for a rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading, with the initial target being right here at the trend line resistance. And that's going to be around the $24.50 mark. All right. And then with the possibility to hit the top of the Kumo cloud and get back up toward $26.50, maybe $27 an ounce. Bullish weekly trend momentum reading could help do that. Now, we need a close tomorrow above $23.81 to maintain a bullish bias going into next week. All right, now let's take a look here at the Australian dollar on the forex side of things. Here is the rally alert. Here is the upside bullish bias remaining in the market. We have a secondary rally alert for tonight into tomorrow's trading. We have a bullish weekly trend momentum as well. As long as this market tomorrow can get a nice firm close above 71.34, I think that opens the door for continued rally into next week. Moving right along, here is the Canadian dollar. So Canadian dollar right now, the bias is still to the long side of the market, but we have something interesting here. All right, and that is that we have a secondary sell alert signal for tonight into tomorrow's trading. All right, so this is a very interesting situation because it's suggesting that we've topped and that the market is ready to roll over and start start another leg down within the bear market. But since the bias hasn't officially changed yet, from bullish to bearish, we still have to acknowledge this situation. So we don't ignore this when we have these situations going on. This is the first sign that something could be wrong, that the top of the Kumo cloud is a very mighty resistance. And that's what this could be telling us. And we have a bearish weekly trend momentum reading. Remember, when you're in the Kumo cloud, all bets are off. Markets can fling up and fling down, back and forth, flip-flop all over the place. So there's something to think about if you've been long the Canadian for any length of time. All right, you may want to tighten up some stops, even maybe take some money off the table and sideline yourself for the next signal. All right, taking a look here at the euro yen. Okay, so we still have a downside bias in this market. And again, we had this secondary rally alert coming into today. No upside production. So what this could possibly mean is not that we have flipped from a bearish bias to a bullish bias per se, but perhaps we've hit a short-term bottom and the market's going to just levitate here inside of this Kumo cloud and whip up and down. But right now, the bias is still intact to the downside. It seems like all rallies are being sold intraday. So this is an interesting one. We got the bullish weekly trend momentum reading, and it's suggesting that perhaps the market is put in a bottom. So it's suggesting that we may have put in a bottom, and that the market wants to test the upper side of the Kumo cloud. So this is a very interesting one to watch as well. So 123.56 is the threshold. Bullish above that, bearish below it. So that's how the euro yen is shaping up. All right, next is the nat gas. All right, so just as I told you that you could expect to see is what you're seeing. Here's your nat gas. Here's this big gap was created because of the contract rollover. Nevertheless, all gaps and pointers have to be reconciled, and that's what the market is doing and has done. So here's the crash alert. Here's the downside production. The trade is still to the sell side of the market for now. Don't know if the market's going to try to lock back in the rally tonight going into tomorrow or not, but here are your numbers. A close above $2.52 is bullish. A close below that is bearish going into next week. And yes, everyone, I did have a wonderful birthday. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, I got a couple of recos. Let's see here if I can find what you are looking for. Let's see. Give me a second. Let's see. All right, someone is asking for the Australian dollar yen forex pair. Let's see what we got. All right, so on this one, here's the rally alert from here, and here's the upside production. The trade bias is still to the long side of the market. We already hit top of the Kumo cloud and the trend line resistance, and we got a bullish weekly trend momentum reading. We can get a lot more out of this, but we may have a little slight pullback for Take Back Friday. So here's your numbers. You need to close tomorrow above 75.2354. Anything above that is bullish. Anything below that is bearish for the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Let me just do a quick check and see if that is part of our forex report. If not, then I can quickly add this for you. Let's see here. Give me just a second. Okay, we do have this one in the report already. Great. All right, that one is already part of the PulseWave report, so no problem there. All right, so the last one here for today is none other than the GDXJ. Let's see what the GDXJ may have in store. What are you trying to tell us, GDXJ? All right. Yeah, Japanese yen is in the report also. Yep. Japanese yen is in the report. Okay. GDXJ, here's your rally alert. The bias is to the long side of the market. The overhead trend line resistance initial target has been met. The secondary target now is the top of the Kumo cloud. We got a bullish weekly trend momentum reading. As long as the market tomorrow can close above $55.74, you remain in the bull camp. A close below that puts you in the bearish camp for the GDXJ. All right, Tom says the Australian dollar has been on fire for the reports, and the Australian dollar, Japanese yen, and the Aussie dollar for the past 2 weeks. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Thank you. I have been working overtime on these reports. Y'all just don't even know. I'm trying to make it butter for y'all so y'all can make that bread. All right, let's see here. What do you want me to see? S. Okay. Sabina Gold and Silver. The ticker is SGSVF. All right, and this is an equity, and it looks like it's on the pink sheet over the counter. That's S as in Sam, G as in George, S as in Sam, V as in Victor, F like Frank. That's the ticker, and it's Sabina Gold and Silver, SABINA. Okay, excuse me. So this one, we're flip-flopping. We started off here with this crash alert, got all this downside production. Then we bottomed out, had a rally alert, got some upside production, then proceeded to move a little sideways. Now we flip-flopped again to a crash alert for tomorrow, even under the auspices of a bullish weekly trend momentum reading. You're not far away from the trend line support initial target either, or the top of the Kumo cloud. So for this one, if you do get downside production, I'm going to say that it wants to probably come back down here and test the bottom of the Kumo cloud, possibly. Then again, you could flip-flop again and do a look. This is definitely a big question mark. Technically, you would expect the market to go down from here and test here. But because of the bullish weekly trend momentum reading, we could end up getting no downside production and the market just gap up tomorrow. So just be prepared for anything on this one. That's all I can say. If you've been short on this one, then obviously you would lock in profit or something. But this is a $2 stock, so I don't see anyone shorting a $2 stock. But if you're just looking for a place to get long, you can't do too bad right here near the support. You know what I mean? So I would just follow the reports. Do whatever the report tells you to do. All right? And that way you don't have to second guess it. And I think this is definitely one that we have in our equity report. Let me just double check and see for you right quick, because if not, then this can be added to. Let's see. I'm almost 100% it's in here. I just want to be sure. Oh, it was not in there. Okay. I just added it to the U.S. equity report, so it should be on the next report. All right. And let's see. Oh, you're long the stock? Okay. You're all right. American equity. Okay. AYTU. All right. Let's see. AYTU. Let's see if I got that. Let's see. AYTU. All right, the ticker is AYTU on the Nasdaq. Is called, I guess, is that AYTU Bioscience? I think that's the name of the equity here. All right, so on this one, as you can see here, the trade now has flip-flopped. We were on the long side here from the rally alert. Topped out right at the top of the Kumo cloud as expected. Got this crash alert, got this downside production. Now you got a rally alert, and we've just been kind of moving sideways. No upside production yet. Top of the trend line resistance overhead is your initial target, followed by the bottom of the Kumo cloud, then the top of the Kumo cloud. So that's your tertiary here. So right now the bias is still to the long side of the market. And you're just waiting for confirmation at this point. So again, I would just follow the reports and do exactly, excuse me, as the report is suggesting. And let me test and see if this is in the reports. If not, I can add this one too. And then it will appear on your dashboard on the next report. So just give me a second. All right, this one is already in the system, so you're good. Yep, that one's this is already included in the reports already, so you're doing good there. You say the Nikkei is rallying tonight after the TSC being shut down all day yesterday, last night. Yeah, I heard something about that. The Tokyo Stock Exchange being shut down. Yeah, I heard about that. I really did. I heard about that. Wow. Okay. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what it is and you know how we do it. So if you haven't done so, smash that like button. You know what time it is. You know how we roll up in here. And go to PulseWaveTrading.com and you can go ahead and sign up. You can rock with us. We can show you how to break bread with us, how to extract some money out of these financial markets on a consistent basis if you're not already doing so. All right. So with that being said, you know, tomorrow is Friday. We do not do end of day reports tomorrow, but I will be doing a pre-market poll scam. All right. With that being said, just be encouraged, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And I'm out. Peace.